Hey guys, Original Blurays here. Here for another video response. Today I am responding to Philly2k58. Sorry, Philly2k5481. Hope I got it right. His question was, do you find collecting Blu-rays and movies addicting? And yeah, it is. It is very addicting, but it's also a very pleasurable addiction. If that makes much sense. You know, if you have a love for movies, it'll, no matter what movie format comes out, you're gonna probably get addicted to that movie format. Back in the 80s when it was, and even the 90s when it was VHS, I was a big collector of VHS, so it was an addiction to me. I loved movies. It was kind of like a getaway from the troubles, even though I was young. You know, problems in life, watching movies and that, watching TV, it became kind of a getaway. So I always collected movies. I was always recording on TV and had a big VHS collection. DVD was introduced, and in the late 90s and early 2000s I bought my first DVD, and it was immediate addiction. I still couldn't stop buying DVDs, and most of my collection today revolves around DVDs. That became a big addiction, and yes, I've spent a nice chunk of money on it, but you know, it's kind of nice to look at my collection and know that it's my collection, that I worked really hard for my collection to build. So I enjoy looking at it. Most of my collection is DVDs. More recently, I just started really getting into Blu-rays. I know that Blu-rays have been around for a few years now, but I never really got into the Blu-ray until recently. And now, once again, just like DVDs, Blu-rays are really addicting, and so I do agree that they are addicting, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. If so it's truly something that you enjoy. So I did just recently start buying Blu-rays, and I am finding them, just like my VHS collection, just like my DVD collection, which is still, like I said, a huge part of my collection. I am getting into Blu-ray and would like to build up my Blu-ray collection, and the more I buy DVDs or Blu-rays, the more I want to buy, and I think that's always going to be that way. Whether it was the VHS from back in the day, whether it was DVDs from the early 2000s, or the Blu-ray today, when the next movie format gets introduced, us movie collectors are going to want to upgrade to that movie format, and we're going to, even though we look at our Blu-rays right now as the holy grail of movie collection, eventually the next movie format that takes over within maybe 5-10 years will take over for that Blu-ray. It's hard to imagine what it's going to be, but eventually it probably will happen as collectors. And you know, like I said, and like you say also, it is an addiction. And I was reading kind of some of your comments here, and like you said, it is better than being addicted to anything else, being addicted to drugs or anything else. Somebody once asked me how much money I spent on my movie collection, because they thought it was ridiculous that I had so many movies and that I would spend that much money. And I looked at them and I said, about as much money as you spend on cigarettes and alcohol. Except I still have my my collection that I can proudly display and look at. And you know, they didn't respond to that, but there's nothing wrong with that. I do agree. I will agree it's addicting, but it's a very nice, proud addiction to it's nothing wrong with it, nothing bad. Like, sometimes it's nice to just kick back on the couch, put my feet up, and just stare at my collection, even though I'm not watching it on TV, just to look at it and be proud of it and know that I worked so hard to build that collection that is still growing to this day. It can be a very, very nice and very pleasurable, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I thought this was a pretty good question, deserving of a video response, and hope you enjoyed my answer. Hopefully that you do more of these, and keep up the good work. Once again, that's Philly2k5481. I'll put his link down below. Check him out. He's a great YouTuber, and thanks for watching this video, and stay tuned for more. Bye.